I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Keisha Turner is suing Thomas Ackerson in the amount of $4,180.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated.
Ms. Turner claims she vacated her salon due to being racially harassed by other tenants and says her landlord ignored her concerns. The defendant is countersuing in the amount of $3,825.
State your name.
My name is Keisha Turner.
Sir?
Thomas Ackerson, Judge.
All right, ma'am, and you're suing the defendant, your landlord, for $4,180 for wrongful eviction?
That's correct, Your
And
Honor.
your counterclaim is for $3,825 for abandoning the lease?
That's correct, Judge.
Start with you.
I braid hair. I own my own business, and so I started a lease with Mr. Ackerson.
What type of situation was it? Was it a booth lease? Was it a building lease? Was it a unit lease?
It's a unit lease. There's 5 units in like a kind of business
They're
center.
not within the same, like the front desk is not the same for everyone?
It is.
Okay,
yes.
so that's a booth rental. What
Yeah,
else?
so
You were
I-
renting a booth. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I rent a booth from him in my little room. I take clients, they make appointments. It's just one at a time, and I braid their hair.
You have any pictures?
I do.
Let's see them.
So here's the office space.
Don't show me the old. You need to be showing me the new office space. He didn't put you out. So you better be showing me some new office space.
I
So I'm
don't
trying to
have
help your
one.
business. I don't want to know what he did to you. He gonna tell me and you gonna tell me. I'm trying to promote your business and you gonna hit me something with a vacant hallway about what the man who
I am
put you
open
out.
for a new
I
unit.
want to know what you got now so I can help people, send people to you.
Currently, I'm back at home. So a lot of my clients have been people who would come by from the neighborhood. I used to put it on social media. Meeting him, I thought things looked great. I loved the little space. It was only $425 a month. We signed a one-year lease, and I was very optimistic, very excited, but not even a month into it, we started having issues, not with Mr. Ackerson per se, but with the other tenants. A few weeks after I first moved in, I got a note on my door that was taped, and it said that the smell of the food was unpleasant and that I should watch it, something along those lines. And like I said, sometimes braiding takes hours, so sometimes my clients will bring food.
Well, then that's what they're talking about.
Yeah,
You're gonna
and
play crazy
so-
like they don't know what they're talking about. Go ahead, that's what they're talking about, your client's food. They come in there with all that garlic. Nobody wants to smell all that. Go ahead, sir, you give me some background on your business operation.
I've had tenants in there for 10, 15 years, Judge. Not a single problem. Miss Turner moves in, and within 3 months, I mean, the phone's ringing off the wall, and everybody's calling with different problems. I've tried to address her. I've contacted her.
Different problems with her?
Yes, sir.
Give me some examples of what they told you.
The hair on the floor, number one.
That's everywhere. That's all. It's a hair shop.
You know, I don't know who.
Hair on the floor. What else?
They were putting notes on her door about the smells.
Smell. She told me about that. What else?
The residue on the floor, and I saw
Residue
that.
of
I
what?
saw that myself.
Residue of what?
I don't know what it is, sir. I mean, I could tell. I mean, I'm not an expert, but it was definitely, you know, a hair chemical.
All right. What other complaint?
The smell,
I got that. You said that already.
Smell.
You said that already. You said
cooking
you were getting
smells.
calls off the chain.
No,
call after call. Complaint
is-
after complaint. Please give me the complaints that you say all these other tenants were calling you about. So far, it's smell. We talked about that 5 times, so it's only happened once. Hair on the floor, which is normal. Residue with shampoo. Okay, she didn't clean it up that day. She didn't see that little spot. What else did they call you about? Okay. Go right ahead. He has none. You tell me what happened then.
So a few weeks after the note that was left, I was leaving.
The note that said you stink or that your booth
Yeah,
stink.
that was stating that either me or my client smell. I'm leaving with one of my clients and we're just talking, walking out, and she noticed that there was a black jockey statue sitting by my door. And she brought it up to me and I looked, and that wasn't there when I first came in earlier that day. And there was a note tied to it that had my salon name on it. And when I opened it, it was telling me to keep the kinks cleaned up, basically. And it had like a little braid in there.
A racial implication.
It was.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Not totally, sir, but it sounds like you lacked the sensibility to what this represents to black people.
And later,
How long has she been working there before you all start talking about her romantic life? You can't remember. All right. You want to tell me anything about this case?
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Kaja Turner, who is suing Thomas Ackerson for wrongful eviction.
It was embarrassing, and my client felt uncomfortable. She's the one who noticed it. And I do have a picture of the jockey if you want to see it.
Putting a black statue up there. What was that about? All right, what else? Or did you go to him immediately afterwards? Okay, you
yes,
did. And what did
I
he
went
say?
to him and
What
I
did he
told
say?
him, well, I asked him if he could help me figure out which of the, because I figured it's one of the tenants that were there. And I even asked if we could put up a camera so we could keep the common space safe. And he just seemed completely disinterested in helping me with anything. Because I was trying to find resolution because this is only
Sir?
a month in.
She come to you about it?
I'm just going back to, I've been there 20 years and I've never had a problem for her. I don't need cameras. I know all my tenants personally.
That's a beautiful thing. Did she come to you about this black statue put in front of her of a demeaning picture? This is the demeaning picture.
Yes, sir.
And
She did.
then a note saying, keep the kink. Did she tell you that?
You know, I brought it up to my tenants. I'm not going to judge those people. I'm not going to accuse them.
What did they say?
Nobody took credit
Nobody
for
knew
it,
anything
so-
about it.
So now I guess I'm getting
No,
responsibility.
what did you go back to her and say?
That I apologize. I don't know who took it.
No.
You know,
Okay,
all I
you
know
told
is-
her you
No.
spoke
I
with the
didn't-
people.
I didn't
Sir,
put it
listen
there.
to me. Did you go back to her and
Yes, sir.
say, I spoke with everyone and no one knows who did it? I'm sorry it happened. I would hate that that happened in my shop because that does not represent the values here at my business or me personally. In fact, I understand how you could get offended because I'm sensitive to certain racial things because we live in a society that is diverse and we know about each other. And because we mingle with each other, we know the sensitivities. That's the problem. Everything I just said, we don't do. And that's why you didn't know how offensive this was, because you ain't been around enough black people. And so when folks say diversity, why diverse, why diverse? So that this doesn't happen, so that you understand the sensibilities of LGBTQ, the things you say could offend them. Then secondly, certain things that black folks represents a throwback to slavery. And if you don't know, because you haven't been around enough black people who you might hear discussing the sensibilities that they have as a result of the vestiges of slavery, then no, you wouldn't know. Like if you don't know that black men are scared of law enforcement because of our experience with law enforcement, and our experience with law enforcement comes from fear on both sides. They fear when they're in a crime area that something could happen to them, and the black males feel that when the police are in our area, something could happen to us because we see it all the time. Because if you don't know that, and you're a white police officer, and you ain't been around black men, because you segregated, you know, white, Latino, black, women, all separate. So we won't hang out with each other because we're told now that diversity isn't a great thing. And so we won't know each other and we'll continue to have strife. I'm sorry for that lecture, but that is very, very important. And it sounds like, and not totally, sir, but it sounds like you lacked the sensibility to what this represents to black people. That's all I'm saying, and that's what all that was about.
I don't believe that's the way I feel, sir.
Okay, you tell me what this represents to you.
You know,
No. Tell me what this represents to you, since you don't feel that way.
I've never owned one of those. I never will.
I didn't ask you that. What does it represent to you?
That's racist, I think.
Oh, right. So you did know. Go ahead.
I didn't put it there.
I understand, but she said you didn't come back to her to tell her how you resolved it. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
He never came back and said, I spoke with the staff.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, he says he did. She says you didn't, sir. Anything else happened after that?
Yes.
Because he's saying you abandoned the lease, so something else had to happen other than that. Somebody said, telling you stink, and somebody putting this up one time, and you did what you were supposed to do, go to the landlord, and he did, based on what he says, what he was supposed to do. And you admit he at least went to him, because he didn't come back to you. You should have done that, but you did what you were supposed to be. She complained about something she believes depicts racism, and the way she was, the language that was stated is indicative of racism, and you at least took it upon yourself, you say, to go and discuss it. That's what you were supposed to do.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Did you give him any type of reason for leaving?
The reason, the racial bias.
That's
and
what you gave him?
The hostility.
That's what you told him, racial hostility?
And later,
Nonetheless, sir, did she ever say to you, if you quit your job, we can date?
Yes.
Ma'am?
I didn't say that.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Kaja Turner, who is suing Thomas Ackerson for wrongful eviction.
Anything else happen after that?
At the end of, in December, he reached out to me and asked me to come and talk. He's telling me that he keeps getting complaints about me. He asked me what would it take for me to essentially move out, because he thought I was too much of a nuisance.
What happened with the lease, ma'am? Did you leave without notice, without 30-day notice?
At the time that I left, I would say no.
Okay. Did you give him any type of reason for leaving?
The reason, the racial bias.
That's
and
what you gave him?
The hostility.
That's what you told him, racial hostility?
I did not go and tell him
You
that.
just left.
I did.
All right. What do you want to say, sir? What's your counterclaim? How does she owe you $32,385? Is that for the balance of the lease that she abandoned?
Right.
Ma'am, any final comments before I make my decision?
He said he was trying to look out for the other tenants, but there was not one moment in time when he looked out for me. I came to him multiple times with things that were being done to me and my clients while I was there, and nothing was ever done. He always came after me.
And then, ma'am, he offered you the opportunity to get out of the lease, and you declined. Instead, you waited and you abandoned the lease. Your claim is dismissed, and yours is granted. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff has been ordered to pay $3,825.
I hope you trip.
Like I said, I've never
And I
had
go,
problems until
I'm
you
not even
moved in,
interested in
so
listening to you.
good luck to you.
Coming up,
He is suing me because he thinks it's my fault that he quit his job.
Were you his boss?
I'm his boss. I was his boss.
Tell him everything that you said.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Randall McMurtry is suing Cynthia Olson in the amount of $3,000. Mr. McMurtry claims he quit his job after his boss told him she couldn't get involved with a coworker. It says Miss Olson still turned him down after he resigned.
Sir, you're suing the defendant for $3,000 for a loss of income. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Start with you.
Miss Olsen and I worked together. Well, we did. She had informed me that she had a breakup with her boyfriend, and that's when the conversation between her and I became a little bit more personal.
How long has she been working there before you all start talking about her romantic life?
That was really in the midst of conversation, Your Honor.
You don't remember how long ago? Then
No,
I might
I-
not be able to rely on anything you say. All right. You want to tell me anything about this case?
Yes, so he is suing me because he thinks it's my fault that he quit his job.
What do you mean?
We were hanging out and we started seeing each other, and he explained that he had feelings for me, and I told him it's not good. We're working
Appropriate. Were you
What?
his boss?
I'm his boss. I was his boss. So he quit his job, and then he asked me to hire him again.
How long did it take for him to know you didn't want him?
1 month.
1 month.
Yeah.
It took him a month to realize you didn't want him and he better get his job back. All right, so you wouldn't hire him back because I wouldn't rely on an employee who, because I don't want to date them, they quit their job. I certainly wouldn't hire him back.
Yeah.
And you didn't, did you?
No, I didn't.
All right. You know, there's certain things you can't say anymore and do because it offends people. You know what Judge Judy would call him? Call him a fool. But I can't do that, and I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get canceled for calling someone a fool. Yes?
Saying you can't get canceled. I mean, you can get canceled, I can't. He's a fool.
Hey, awesome. See what you did there.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. Did she ever say to you, if you quit your job, we can date?
Yes.
Ma'am?
I didn't.
You what?
I didn't say that.
No, tell him exactly what you said. Actually, I actually have evidence. May I present?
Yes, please, let me see it. You have a text from her?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you might be in trouble here, ma'am. If you told this man that if he quit his job, you would be... That's really sweet, Randy. I really like you, too. I really enjoyed our time together. It's just, I don't know if it would be right because we're co-workers. Maybe if I wasn't your manager, but I think the power balance would still make people uncomfortable. But I do really enjoy spending time with you. It's just unfortunate that maybe I missed something on my eye. Maybe I can't read. Hand this to him. Please read to me where she says if you quit your job, we can be together, because that's what you told me she said.
From her saying, maybe if I wasn't your manager, that's the interpretation I took from you.
All right, you had the wrong interpretation, and he is a
Fool.
claim dismissed. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
If you didn't have those feelings for me, you could have just been upfront and said that instead of wasting my time and my income.
I have nothing to say.
Of course you don't.
Thank you.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.